For the Palestinians, olive trees symbolize their land, which belonged to their grandparents and great-grandparents. Israelis claim they were here since biblical times. So, which came first? It all begins with one man, named Abraham. We can argue about many things, but Christians, Muslims, and Jews all agreed that he is our common ancestor. According to the Bible, approximately 2,000 years BC, Abraham arrives on a divine mission to the land of Canaan. This is a quote from the biblical verse, "Go from your country and your kindred and your father's house to the land that I will show you." This tiny land is generally called Canaan, not Israel, not Palestine. Back to Abraham. The thing that mattered most to him was hospitality and tolerance. Ironic, isn't it? Whether the story is true or legendary, Abraham has always symbolized peace. That's why, when Israel and Abu Dhabi ceremoniously signed normalization agreements in 2020 at the White House, they called them the Abraham Accords. Ancient history tells us that Abraham's grandson is Jacob, also known in the Bible as Israel. The name Israel appears in historical records from 3,000 years ago. For example, here, on a stone slab discovered in Egypt, commemorating the Egyptian victory. Let's continue with the lineage. So, there was the father, Abraham, whose grandson is Jacob, Israel, and the son of Jacob, Israel, is Judah. This is the origin of the name Jews, and it's also another name for the land, Land of Judah. In that same Bible, you can encounter the city of Jerusalem that is mentioned 669 times. The people who became the children of Israel, later known as the Jews, established settlements and prayer sites in the land of Judah, including 2 magnificent temples. The land in those days that was under Jewish control is in the area that is now called Gaza and is under the control of the Hamas organization. Within Gaza, against all odds, lies the Mosaic of King David, a spectacular mosaic with Hebrew inscriptions discovered in 1965 as part of a synagogue built in 508 under Byzantine rule. So, all roads lead to Rome. Here, the conflict leads us there. In 63 BC, the Roman army invades the land of Israel, and the Jews were forced to leave, but not before they take the menorah from the temple with them. This is the famous Titus Arch in Rome, and if you happen to have some energy left after pizzas and pastas, you can find this relief of Jews fleeing with the menorah on it. This exile of the Jews brought about many regional turbulences, one of which led to the establishment of the name Palestine, which the Romans chose to use as a reference for the area. This term was actually originated from Latin, mind you. Although the temples were destroyed and demolished, there were always Jews who insisted on living on the land of Israel, since then and to this day. In 636 CE, Arab invaders from Egypt, Jordan, and Syria descended upon the land of Israel, and in 638, they managed to conquer Jerusalem. During the conquest, Umar's assurance was signed, which was the surrender agreement of Jerusalem to the Muslim conquerors. But when do the Palestinians come into the picture? So, the Arabs living in the Palestine district adopted this name. This is the same district that Romans gave its name to. Remember Latin? A district which, after many transformations, was passed on to the British Mandate at the beginning of the 20th century. The British dealt with many things, but they didn't change the name. And thus, we remained with the name Palestine. Up until 1948, when a Jewish state was established, not under the name Canaan or Judah, but under the name Israel.